Friday, September 27th, 11 o'clock in the morning. I was hiking and I was yelling and just keeping my body warm, just having a good old time, just being me, being fire on trail. And an older gentleman that was 76 years old, his name is Farmer John. I ran into him. He called me off of trail as he was off trail, and we started talking. I realized he wasn't doing good. I guess his sleeping bag was soaked. He slept out in that cold weather with a wet sleeping bag all night, and he was wanting to get off trail. And I was going southbound, going to Leavenworth, about 45 miles away from Leavenworth, going south. And I told him if he wasn't doing good that I would stay with him and I would hike with him. And we hiked together for a little bit, and he was insisting that I leave him, and I told him I was not leaving him. He was stuck with me because he was not doing good. He was too old to be out there and not well equipped to be out in the weather that we were in. So we hiked a couple of miles that day, and I could see that he was not doing good and he wasn't going to get far. So we got to the bottom of the mountain before it started the snow line. So we stayed there at the snow line. Woke up in the morning and we started hiking out, and I asked him if he was okay. He said yeah. We got to the top of the mountain as we hiked all day, and he was not doing good. We got to the top. It was snowing really bad. It was like 6:30 in the morning, and we needed to get down and get to where we could be safe. And he was not making it any farther than a couple of miles, and I ended up finding an off trail to where we could take off and get off trail, and it would be probably and hopefully a better trail than the trail he came up on, because the other trails were pretty treacherous, as it said on Gut Hooks. So I ended up getting him there, but in the process I had to run down about 1.5 miles, drop my stuff off at this trailhead on a ridge line to where I just had enough room to set my one person tent up. Well, I ended up running back, getting his bag from him, taking his bag, bringing it back down to the 1.5 miles, going back, making sure he was okay, come back, set my tent up real quick, and we pretty much camped right on a ridge line where it was super sketchy, and it was just to survive. It was to get him in a warm shelter. It was 9:30 at night, to get him into a warm shelter and just make it through the night, to get up and when the sun came up. And I got him in the tent. He almost fell off the cliff getting into the tent. I drug him up the mountain, threw him in the tent, put my emergency blankets on him, put his sleeping bag on him, slept in the tent with him, just meeting him in a couple of days. We slept in my one-person tent overnight to survive. And we woke up in the morning, and I had to thaw out his boots. And this is why you don't wear things like that. Crocs are the best. But I had to thaw out his boots. He had mild frostbite, so I had to help him get dressed and get his boots on that I had to thaw out for about 30 minutes to where I could get him on his feet and tie him and get him his pants on and his bag and get them all together and get him hiking, because we pushed his locator beacon, but it was still too bad for any helicopter or anybody to airlift him, and he wasn't doing good. So I needed to get him down out of the cold, and warm them up and do as best as I could to get them down to out of the snow line. And we started off at 8 o'clock in the morning, and we started hiking. And I got them down out of the snow, down to the snow line. But before then, we ended up having another PCT hiker came up behind us, and I was helping John up, and I was getting his pants fell down and got him back together. And he was asking me what was going on, and I told him that he hurt himself and he's been falling, and he hasn't been doing good. He's been not being able to get warm. So Moose hiked with us the rest of the way, and because Moose was with us, once we started getting down on the snow line and I knew we were getting close to this parking lot, and we kept on seeing helicopters fly around, but we were nowhere where they could see us. We tried flagging them down. So I told them I was going to run up, and we weren't that far. We were like 3 miles away from the parking lot. Took me about an hour. So I hurried up, ran down there. When I got to the parking lot, there were sheriffs there. And so I walked over to the sheriffs and asked the sheriffs if they're looking for an older hiker. And they said yes. And I told them his name, and they commenced to showing me a picture. They showed me a picture of him, and I said, yes, that's him. So I talked to the sheriffs, and they were on the radio with the airplane or the helicopter pilots, the search and rescue, and they asked me where he was, and I gave them the location of where I last left them and seen them and how far they were hiking and how long they were going to be. Then they were able to find him and airlift him out. And then I commenced to telling the officers what happened because they asked me what happened. I told them the whole story, and they asked me for my name and my information, and I looked at them like, what? What did I do? And they were like, no, when someone, with what you said, someone saves someone's life, we want to give you a medal. So I guess I'm supposed to be getting a medal from Snoqualmie Sheriff Department, and it was a surreal moment when I got told that, and it was a surreal moment when I woke up with Farmer John in the morning. And he looked at me, and he said, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. I'd be dead, because I wouldn't have been able to survive up here like we did. It was a very, very emotional time. It was something that I did not do to get fame or anything. It was something that I know that us hikers would all do, or what I would want someone to do for my father or for my children. And what I've learned being a hiker is you don't ever leave anybody that's in danger like that. You're there to help them because that's all we have is each other out there. It's what it is. That's why we're brothers and sisters. No matter who you are or where you're from, we all are brothers and sisters when we're out on that trail. It doesn't matter to us. And it's great to be loved like that and to have people out there like that. And I just would do what someone else I know would do if I was in that position. And I have video of us hiking together and stuff, but I don't have a bunch of video because we were in certain predicaments that was not able to think of filming, was more thinking about getting him safe and getting him home to his family. Because it was Sunday when he got flown out. We were out there for a couple of days, and it was not a safe environment to be in. I mean, I know that I was okay out there, and I know what to do, but once you get to a certain point of being cold and overpowering, it's just, who knows what could have happened to John or me. I was a little nervous the night that we slept on the ridge line and Saturday night and woke up Sunday morning. I was glad, and I just wanted to get him down and me down and us safe. That's all that happened. What I wanted to do. I mean, he ended up in the hospital with mild frostbite, and he broke his C1 vertebrae, falling a couple of times, and I made sure he was safe, and that's all I could do. I want to give a shout out to Farmer John. Cool old man, great hiking person. Just no matter what was going on and how crazy it was, we just talked and had a great time, and we enjoyed. If it was going to be the last of our time, it was going to be the last of our time. I will never forget it. I will always remember September 29th, 2019. Thank you for listening, and here's some video. Good morning. We got like what? 48 miles before we're out of here. And this is some fucked up trail, man. They haven't maintained this in fucking years. They need to put a sign that says not maintained on this freaking PCT part of the trail. It is incredible. Insane. There's no way you can through hike with a horse. There's no way. There's no way you can come through here with a horse. Nope. Unless you have a chainsaw. Woo! See what we can do today. Yep. That is what you think it is. It's snowing on the PCT right now in Washington. Oh, this is going to be an enjoyable night. And I got a rubber glove stuffed in one of my holes on my tent. Oh, this is gonna be. I got my rain jacket up there. This is gonna be. Let's see what this night holds. Look at that snow. Snow's beautiful, but not when you're sleeping in a tent. This is our morning. Snow on the PCT in Washington. What? Oh, I can't wait to get some better. Good morning! Me and Farmer John. Well, we're going to Little Wenatchee Trail Junction where he came in. With this bad weather coming, we're sticking together so I can get him home safe and I get home safe. And we just gotta probably deal with another night out here. Ooh, look at that Amity and mascara. Look at that. That's humongous. Ooh. Just probably gonna get some good video up here. A couple of miles. Whew. And we're out here surviving. Staying dry, staying warm. Well, not staying dry. We're just staying warm. Woo. Whoa. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Yay. You know, this is what's going on in Washington before October. Look at that. It's coming down. Woo! It's beautiful, but cold. That beauty. This is nuts. Look what I'm in. Out here rocking the Crocs in the snow. Oh! Look at that. There's our little dry spot. No snow underneath the trees. Out there's the winter wonderland. Hello, winter. Where the hell was fall? Ah, ha, ha. This is the PCT right now. Oh, this is what we're in this morning. Look at this. Steep. Holy freaking crap. It's been a... Yep, we're on some trail. Hopefully the next 8 miles, less than 8 miles, we'll be having a parking lot. Yay. Look at that. This is what we're working up against. Okay. And all I got is Crocs, so we're just out here and sucking. Beautiful, but sucking.